What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel's Just Saying. All right. You guys, I'm sorry. My voice, it just keeps going in and out. Sometimes it's hoarse. Sometimes it's normal. It's my allergies. So hopefully it doesn't annoy you guys too bad today. And hopefully I can get through this vlog. Anyway, so we're talking about Married to Medicine, season number 3, episode number 9. Oh my gosh. It is moving along, right? I really thought that last night was a very defining episode, I feel like, for the majority of the ladies. So anyways, let's get into it. Alrighty. Starting off with Lisa Nicole. She's at home with her cute little kids. Her son is making dinner for everyone. Well, for her and her daughter. And then her daughter comes over and she's just like, "Mommy, I want to own my own business like you." And she's like, she wants to make dolls or whatever. I thought that was just too cute, and so anyways, I didn't really want to say much about this episode except for the fact that Lisa Nicole in her interview look, I don't know, has she always had this interview look? I feel like I haven't seen this interview look before last night when the show came on, where she has this real bone straight hair and then she's got that like pinkish colored dress with the like the pearl like collar or whatever. I really think that she looks really cute in that, and normally I don't really like her style all that much, but she looked really, really cute, I thought, in her interview look. So I was really feeling that. Go on, girl. Anyways, yeah. So then her son brings dinner out, and I mean, he has a presentation. I'm like, oh, that's cute. He's got the little sandwich, little grilled cheese sandwich, and then the fruit. Well, it was what I thought was a grilled cheese sandwich, but it turns out to be a chocolate and jelly sandwich because he said he don't eat peanut butter. Like, well, at least he put the fruit on there to make it a little healthy or whatever. That was really cute. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone are in Dr. Heavenly's car. They're on their way to get their kids from school. Their kids go to the same school. They discuss LA. And Heavenly is like, I'm confused as to why Quad would invite Jill and not invite Toya, because Jill is Toya's friend or whatever. And so I guess like then Simone goes in and she's just like, that's because you and Toya are team Lisa Nicole, and she said something about you all hijacked up on her side or whatever. And then I'm sitting there thinking like, first of all, have you even reached out to Lisa Simone yourself? You or Dr. Jackie, you know what I mean? Like, Dr. Simone does this. She, when there's like a conflict or whatever, when she's not involved, she chooses sides, and that is the side that she rides with. She proved that to us in season 1 when Toya and Mariah got into that fight. And she chose Toya's side, and she didn't even go to Mariah to even see if she was okay, to see what happened, what was her end of it or whatever. Last season, she rode with Quad instead of, you know what I'm saying, trying to see what was going on with Mariah. She rode with Quad and then got everybody else like all pumped up too. And now this season, she's already choosing sides and she sticks to that side. So there's a pattern with Dr. Simone, but yet she wants to tell Dr. Heavenly that she and Toya are team Lisa Nicole, when you're clearly team Quad. So what's the difference? But I do know that Toya reached out to reached out to Quad, and Quad didn't reach out to her, but we'll talk about that later. I don't know about Heavenly. I'm not so sure if Heavenly has reached out to Quad. I don't even really know if Dr. Heavenly is all the way feeling Quad all the way. You know what I mean? But anyways, so yeah, so they kind of discussed that, and I'm just like, Dr. Simone, you're not, I mean, I was always trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, because I was like, yeah, she's a black woman, she's the doctor, she's doing her thing or whatever, but she's very petty. She is very petty, and now I understand why she's on this show. Like Dr. Jackie is kind of off to herself. She's a little more quiet. She's very reserved. She holds pretty much keeps her comments to herself or whatever. And tries to stay out of it. Dr. Simone wants to be right in it, baby, okay? Because like I said, she goes from 0 to 100 real quick, okay? She wants to be right in it, letting you know. And that's how she sounds. Like, once she gets to talking, you don't know what she's saying, because all she's doing is yelling and screaming. You know what I mean? So anyway, so Dr. Simone, I don't know. This was a bad episode for you. And it like I said, it's kind of defining for everyone in this episode, I think. And it's just kind of sealed the deal for me with you, Dr. Simone, because for the last three years, like, well, the 2 prior seasons and this season, you know, I was already kind of feeling like you were that way, but now I see you love the drama. You do. You really do. Just admit it. Anyways, so we gonna move on. Going over to Toya and Dr. Eugene's house. Toya and her boys are in the kitchen. Her boys are cleaning their dishes and helping her cook, make a cake for Dr. Eugene because it's his birthday or whatever. So they're in there, and I just thought that was just, it was just the cutest little thing. I just love to see the kids on screen. You know what I mean? And like Toya has the cutest boys. Ashton and Avery, I think, are their names. And they're really cute. They seem very well behaved, and she seems to be very involved in their lives. You know what I mean? And I like that. So then she discusses the fact that she's having Dr. Eugene a very low-key birthday party. She's talking about, you know, the Harrises have bills and this and that. I'm like, yes. Dr. Eugene finally got through to your ass. Probably after that dang Halloween party. He was probably like, hey, you know what? You're not going to be able to plan anything for the rest of the year, okay? Now you need to tone it back some. You can't do everything so big. So yes, Toya. Finally, you understand. Everybody needs to budget. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I was very happy to hear that. Anyways, that was pretty much all I want to talk about with that. I was just really happy. Like, hopefully Toya is not going to run this man into the poorhouse. Well, not even this man. Not going to run them into the poorhouse. Because I hate when people make the distinction of his money and her money. They are a married couple. They have kids together. She's a stay-at-home mother. If she wasn't a stay-at-home mother, she wasn't married to him. You know what I mean? She would be out there working like she was before she married him. So, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of women that get married and that's their choice. And there's a lot of women that choose a different route. You know what I mean? And then there's a lot of women that want that option, that can't have the option. So, you know what I'm saying? People fall in one of the 3 categories usually. And I just don't like it when people talk about the fact that she's just a housewife and that she's like, you know what I'm saying, holding on to her husband for money. No. It's some broke people out here where the husband is the only one that work. And I mean, they're still a family. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You have the kids, you stay at home, you take care of the home. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But some women, you know what I'm saying, don't want to follow the traditional path. And that's fine too. You know what I mean? I don't follow the traditional path. I have a full-time job. And I like it. I like it that way. I like having my own money. And I like being able to, you know what I'm saying, add to the household in that kind of way. But at the same time, some of my household duties fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Like, what are you going to do? But just don't talk about people and say that, oh, she's just a housewife or she's using her husband or whatever. It's her husband's money. No, it's their money. You know what I mean? They're married. It's their money. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to move on off of that. Toya and Dr. Heavenly go meet with an app designer to discuss Dr. Heavenly's dating app or whatever. So they're in there and they're discussing like different ideas or whatever. They're talking about different names. I think she decides to name it Peak, as in piques your interest or whatever. So then the chick tells her it's going to be about $30,000, right? $30,000 to create the app. So Toya's like, $30,000, girl? Honestly, I know some people that can hook this app up, girl. And then the chick that the app designer was looking at her like, bitch, no, you didn't. She was like, wow. But I know she wanted to say, bitch, get the fuck up out of my office, okay? How you gonna say something like that in front of the person? Even if you felt that way. Keep it to yourself. And then tell Dr. Hemley when y'all get back in the car, like, look, girl, I got the hook up on some apps, okay? Toya, that girl, bless her, she just cannot keep her mouth shut. Like, Toya just comes out of her mouth with whatever comes here, it comes out. Like, at the same time, I feel like. It just comes out. Oh my gosh, she cracks me up sometimes. But she be so serious about it, though. That's the thing, she be so serious. Because she's like me, and she's like, well, how come you don't think like me? She is a mess. Anyways, Dr. Heavenly, you know, in her standard form, gotta throw in some shady ass comment. So she says, well, I'm not quiet, so I don't need an investor. Okay, I got this. All right, so you don't even have to worry about the $30,000. And I know this chick is a very good app designer, so I'm going to roll with her. Okay, don't worry about it. Calm down, pump your brakes. Okay, you just here to give me some ideas, not to give me a whole new app designer. All right. That was funny though. It was so funny though. It's like when she says stuff, she be so serious about it. Like, yes. Anyways, so Dr. Jackie is at her office and she's examining her patients. And I know I remember these patients. I can't remember if it was season 1 or if it was last season, but it's this lesbian couple that one of them is her patient, and they were trying to get pregnant back then. So I guess they were successful in getting pregnant, or were they already pregnant? I can't remember. But yeah, I know that we've seen them before in her office or whatever. So they come back in, they've had the little baby. That was the tiniest baby, wasn't it? And you know, they were talking, and I was just happy. The only reason I'm talking about, I was just happy that they showed that scene, you know, so people can see, you know, a gay couple with a baby, they're happy. And just like her partner, not the one that had the baby, but the other one was like, you know, she was in the room, and it would just seem like it was just her and the baby in the room, you know what I'm saying, the baby coming out, like, you know what I mean? I just like that they were able to get their story out just to show that, you know what I'm saying, they're very similar to heterosexual couples that have babies. You know, your emotions, you know what I'm saying, are all the same. And people can say what they want about the same-sex couples having kids, adopting kids, having biological kids, whatever. But as long as you have 2 loving people, that's all that a child needs. You know what I mean? People need 2. I mean, it's a lot of single mamas out here. And, you know what I'm saying? People aren't as vocal about the fact that it takes 2 people to raise a child. It really does. And I mean, I was raised by a single mother, so I'm not knocking single mothers. And I know a lot of single mothers. But what I'm saying is, that's not the traditional outlook of what a family is. So why is it so bad for 2 people of the same sex to have, you know what I'm saying, have a kid? They're not going to make the kid gay. You have to be born gay. And I believe that with all my heart. You have to be born gay. So you can't make a kid gay. So I was just happy that they showed that. You know what I mean? That they show how happy these ladies are about their daughter. I think it was a little girl. Maybe a boy. I can't remember. You know, babies, you don't know what the heck they are. Anyways, I just liked it. I like that they showed that couple, you know what I'm saying? You could just see how in love both of them were with the baby, you know? So I was just really happy to see that. Anyways, let's move on. Dr. Damon to another type of relationship. Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly. They're at home. Dr. Damon walks in, and Dr. Heavenly tells him about her day and was like, well, me and Toya went to see this app specialist or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, so you really going through with this. So then they have to have this big old discussion, you know, because he's just not happy with the amount of outside work that Dr. Heavenly is doing. You know what I mean? He's just like, he's like, you're starting this new practice, because, you know, her thing is to open up new practices, dental practices, and then sell them or whatever. So he's like, you just open up this new practice, you're mentoring girls, you've got, I can't remember all the stuff she said she got going on, but whatever, she's got all kind of stuff going on, and he's just like, look, you need to restructure your schedule so that you're home more, because you are always busy, and I'm feeling neglected, and I'm feeling like you're neglecting your duties around the house, you know what I mean? And so I'm assuming that they had a discussion before they got married, and they decided that they were going to have this more traditional type of marriage. And now I feel like Dr. Heavenly is, you know what I'm saying, not really feeling that all, you know what I mean, all that much. And it could be the fact that they're on a show, and then she also has other obligations that she has to do because of the show. So that is probably taking her outside of the home even more, because she's got to go to these events with these ladies. She's got to do a lot more things. So, you know, maybe she does need to pull back a little bit if that's what their agreement was. But she was saying that she saw how her mother how her father treated her mother when her mother didn't work. And she was like, she didn't like the way he treated her when she didn't have a job, so she always wanted to have her own. And her husband is like, I understand you always want to have your own, but that's not the point. The point is you're doing too much. You already have enough of your own. You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. And then she was saying, like, I always submit to my husband. And she was like, now that it's something that I really want to do, I feel like I've been submitting for nothing. And I'm like, ooh, snap. What happened when Dr. Darren's going here? When Dr. Damon hears that, okay? Hopefully, she done made up with him before then. Because, like, he walks away from her. And then you see, I guess a little later on, he's upstairs probably trying to cool down when he's playing on his little keyboard or whatever. It's so cute to see the different things that men do to unwind, right? Anyways, so she comes in there and, asks him if he's okay. And then she kind of walks away. And then he comes into the bathroom and they have a discussion. And she's just like, look, what do you want me to do? I've lost weight. I mean, I'm taking care of the house. I'm doing things that you don't even know that I'm doing for the household, for the kids, for you. And she's like, I just want this. You have to support me on this. She starts with the fake crying. I guess that's what she normally does to get her way. But it doesn't seem like he's budging on this topic at all, does it? So we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, we're going to move on. Quad goes to Toya's house. And anyways, Quad goes to Toya's house, right? She brings a gift, which is like some champagne or something for Dr. Eugene's birthday, because she decides that she's not going to come to the birthday party at the sports bar because she who shall not be named, which is Lisa Nicole, which is so stupid. Why is she saying that? She's just drawing more attention to Lisa Nicole when she says that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so since Lisa Nicole's going to be there, Quad doesn't want to come to the party, which, like I said, is so freaking stupid. And so her and Quad her and Toya sit down and they discuss everything. And Quad is like, Toya never reached out to me or whatever. This is what she said in her interview. But then right in the next shot, they show Toya saying, I reached out to you, I texted you, I called you, Quad, you never called me back. So I thought you said Toya never reached out to you. Which one is it, Quad? So then Quad admits it. Quad's like, yeah, I want to talk to you about that. I felt some kind of way. I felt like I needed to separate myself from some of the ladies in the group because when I called, when whomever, Dr. Emily, Dr. Jackie, whoever called me that night, the first thing you said, Toya, was, well, Quad, what did you do? Which I didn't think it was anything wrong with that because Toya knows Lisa Nicole pretty well from, their friendship that they're building. And she knows that Lisa Nicole is not going to just throw a glass of water in someone's face without being provoked to a level that, there's no returning from. You know what I mean? And like I said before, if you say anything about my daughter, you say anything about my husband, then it's going to be way worse than you saying something about me. I'm going to react way worse. So I understand it. And like Dr. Jackie said at the end, there's no justification for doing it. I don't care, whatever. I don't care if it's a justification or not. That's just how it is. Okay. and that's just how it is. And that's how it's going to be. So I get it. And so Toya, I don't think anything was wrong with Toya saying, well, Quad, what did you do? Because clearly, Quad likes to play this like innocent person, like she hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? She would be so much more likable if she wasn't that way. If she was just like a more like owning her mistakes and owning her part in it or whatever. She won't even own the fact that she was being malicious and bringing up her husband and some illegitimate child that he's supposed to have. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that when you're in a discussion with a woman. I don't care. You just don't. You keep it between you and that woman, and then you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You don't bring... What if she would have brought Dr. G? Because I'm sure Dr. G is no angel. What if she would have found some stuff about Dr. G? Quad would have been the same pissed off as Lisa Nicole was, okay? Anyway, so her and Toya discussed all of that. And she just basically like... I just don't want... I just don't want to be involved. And Toya is just like, look, the only reason why I said that is because the last time we were all together at my house at the Halloween party, you said that you were going to tell everybody about Lisa Nicole's background. And then Quad's like, no, she didn't. And I'm so happy that they played that clip that showed her saying, I'm going to expose you. That's what she said. I'm going to expose you. Lisa Nicole never said anything in her background, but Quad specifically said that night that she was going to expose Lisa Nicole, okay? So you did say it, Quad. Again, you saying things and then you're backtracking because you want to make yourself look good or whatever. But it's not going to work because the people remember. Okay? And it's on camera and it's on film. But so they just kind of go into that, and Toya's like, that's why I said, well, Quad, what did you do? Because I felt like it was something that would have made her react in that way. So anyways, I don't think they really came to any kind of resolution at the end of that stupid conversation that they had. But it's just so silly. It's so freaking silly. Quad knows she can drag some stuff on and on and on and on. And then next season, if there is a next season for them, and if she comes back, she's gonna have some drama with somebody else so that she can drag it on and on and on for the whole season and give a storyline. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. And y'all all know. I know y'all know that that's what she does each and every season. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're gonna move on. We moving on to Dr. Eugene's birthday party at the sports bar. So the whole thing behind Toya doing the birthday party and trying to get like everybody liquored up and having an open bar and everything is so that the next day she and Dr. Eugene can go to their homes and give them these infusion shots, which are the shots that they are trying to sell through Nomad, which is kind of like, if you've been out drinking or whatever, you get your, build your vitamins back up or whatever. I can't remember what's all in this shot. They explained it a few episodes ago. But anyway, so that's like her whole little scheme behind, the whole open bar or whatever. And I thought that was funny. So Heavenly and Dr. Damon get there first. And then Jill and her husband, John, get there, and already like Jill's husband is like, why does Dr. Heavenly have air freshener hanging from her Bentley window mirror in her Bentley, which is kind of weird. I don't like air freshener in general hanging from cars. I always thought it was strange. But either way, why you point it out? And then Jill goes, well, it's probably not a Bentley. What did she say? It was probably a Toyota with a Bentley sign, or it's probably something with a Bentley sign on it. I'm like, wow, okay. What did Dr. Heavenly do to you, girl? So anyway, so they get in there, they sit down. They're having a conversation about it. Dr. Heavenly, being Dr. Heavenly, is telling Jill, like, why do you work in your husband's practice? Why don't you make your own practice and have lawyers working under you? So I don't know if Jill's like a lawyer or what. I didn't catch that part. But she was saying, like, why don't you, instead of working in your husband's plastic surgery office, why don't you open up your own business? And then, you know what I'm saying? So she was going back and forth. I'm like, Dr. Heavenly, that's not your place. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just because you don't want to work in the same office as your husband and you want to have your own doesn't mean that that's everybody's path. And it doesn't mean maybe her husband needs her there because he can't handle finances. He can't handle customers. I mean, he can't handle the front desk thing. He can't keep things organized. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Husband and wife is a team. And that's what it is. Like, it's not like she's working for him. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seemed like Dr. Heavenly be killing me with that mess. I just wish she would really get off of that. You know what I mean? Because clearly, she needs to focus on making her own husband happy and keeping the peace in her own home, and quit trying to do so much and then trying to get everybody else to do so much. Like they're doing what they need to do, which is helping their husband out and you know what I'm saying, not creating friction in their homes. You know what I mean? So anyway, so then Jill brings up the strip club thing again with Lisa Nicole and the stripper, and Lisa Nicole blaming her. And I'm just like, oh my God, these ladies will beat a dead horse. Oh, I have friends like that where you go out and they just keep bringing up the same thing. Shit happened like 7-8 months ago and they just keep bringing it up. I'm just like, why? Like, for me, I got like a week. After a week, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, okay, that's it. Especially if it's something so silly. I can see if it was like something really devastating. You know what I'm saying? Like something really bad that happened to you. But I mean, something like this it's just really silly. You know what I mean? To bring it up. And if I was Dr. Heavenly, I would have just told her I didn't want to talk about it. But they engaged, and then Dr. Heavenly ended up pissing off Jill's husband. Well, actually, I think he called her an ass because they were going back and forth about the strippers, and Heavenly's just like, I think all strippers are prostitutes and they're not good people, And they just don't have a choice. They don't know that they have a choice and they're just doing this or whatever. So then I guess, you know what I'm saying, Jill's husband, John, Dr. John, whatever, he was not happy about what Dr. Heavenly was saying. So then he was like, well, you know what they say about, no, you know what they say when you assume. That pissed Dr. Hemley off. And so she was like, look, I don't like talking to men. Okay? So he gets up and he walks away. She's like, I just didn't want to say anything mean bad to your husband. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say something bad to your husband or whatever. I didn't like the fact that he said that. I'm like, is he calling her an ass? Because you know what they say, you know the saying is, you know what I'm saying, when you assume, you only make an ass out of you. That's the saying or whatever. So is that what he's saying to her? Like, really? Is that what you said to another woman? I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't understand why men get so worked up with things that women say to them, especially a woman that they're not sleeping with. Anyways, yeah, so that was kind of strange. So anyways, luckily, Toya and Dr. Eugene come in, and then the party gets started. Everybody starts trickling in. Simone, her husband, comes. Lisa Nicole comes. Dr. Jackie comes. And Dr. Gregory shows up without Quad. So everybody's happy to see him or whatever. And they're like, well, where's Quad? Where's Quad? He's like, she's got to work. Really? What the hell is she working on at nighttime? Okay, really? She doesn't draw sketches for the doggy clothes. I mean, what the hell is she working on? He's like, sometimes she's working until like 1 a.m. Like, working on what? Working on leaving your ass? Like, what is she working on? Anyways, I told y'all, I just feel like they're just such an odd couple. I mean, I like him, but they just don't seem like a fit to me. But, I mean, I don't know. You never know what's going on. Anyways, yeah, so let me flip my notes over because I forgot what I was going to say next. So they were sitting, all the ladies were sitting down. Dr. Eugene was talking with Cecil, Simone's husband, and they were just talking about how happy they are that the ladies are, friendly again, and they feel like whatever they did worked or whatever. And, Cecil is just happy to have his friend back, basically. He's like, I miss my friend. So I'm happy that he got his friend back, y'all. So that's really cool. But anyway, so Dr. Simone brings up her basketball tournament. And Lisa Nicole is kind of excited. And she's like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that because I wanted to organize the cheerleaders or whatever. So then Dr. Simone was like, well, actually, I'm not going to invite you because Quad is coming. And I'm like, really, Dr. Simone? First of all, why would you bring it up when Lisa Nicole is right there if you weren't going to invite her? You know what I mean? You could have called her on the phone and told her that she wasn't going to be invited. And then second of all, why are you stooping to that level to say that you're not going to invite her because of Quad? Dr. Simone, like I said, this is so defining for you. This episode was so defining for you. For me, it was. Because it just shows how petty you are. And I've been seeing it the last couple of seasons. But this season, I have really seen it. You know what I'm saying? The last couple of episodes, you are so petty. And what grown woman says that they're not going to invite someone because another grown woman doesn't want to be around them? Well, then she doesn't have to come. Like I said so many other times, Quad doesn't have to come. Like that night, everyone was invited. Her husband came. She didn't come. That's fine. Nobody missed her. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. If you don't want to come and be a part of the party, don't come and be a part of the party. You know what I mean? But for Dr. Simone to say that she's not going to invite someone because of that, and then like her and Lisa kind of getting this back and forth, and then Dr. Hemley gets in it, and Toya gets in it, and then Dr. Simone gonna have the nerve to say, don't take it personal. Now, how can you not take it personal when someone is telling you that they're not inviting you because of someone else? It is personal, because if it wasn't personal, then you would invite Lisa Nicole. You know what I mean? So, Dr. Simone, you can keep that mess, girl. You can keep that mess. And I just want your good friend, Dr. Jackie, to check you on this, because I saw her face, and I don't think that she was really liking what you were saying either. She did make a comment to Lisa Nicole about reaching out to Quad, but I think that was just in reaction to the conversation, because then the conversation kind of turned to their altercation. You know what I mean? But I just really want her hope that she sits her good friend Simone down and tells her that this is some bullshit. You're acting stupid. You're acting childish. You need to grow up, okay? You have been making yourself look bad on this show. You really have, Dr. Simone. You really, really have. And honestly, if she was my OBGYN after seeing this show, I probably wouldn't go back to her just because of that. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Like, once I find out something about you and I just feel like you're not all the way a good person like that, I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't know, Dr. Simone, you just made yourself look real bad tonight. You really, really did. In my eyes, you made yourself look really bad. And I mean, my eyes to you may not mean nothing, but you still make yourself look bad, okay? Anyways, I didn't like the way it went down. And then Dr. Simone starts yelling like she always does. She didn't get as loud as she normally does, but she did start yelling, and she got up and walked away. You know, you can't always, you got to be mature. Stand by your decision. You know what I mean? If other people are questioning your decision, just stand by your decision. You know what I'm saying? Why are you getting mad, yelling, and walking away? Stand by your damn decision, no matter how stupid it is. Stand by it. And then and stay there and state what you have to say, and then leave it alone. Why do you have to get loud? Nobody else really got loud until she got loud, because they were trying to talk over her or whatever. And then she kept trying to talk over other people like she always does. I'm so happy that they showed those other clips about her going off just from this season, because you know she go off on other seasons, but just from this season they showed a few clips, even of her going off on her husband in the parking lot, which was crazy. You know, I don't know. I just, like I said, I felt like this was a defining moment for, this was a defining episode for a lot of the ladies. And Dr. Simone, I just really think you made yourself look like an ass. And I really, really, really hope that you turn it around on the second half of this season. It's ridiculous, y'all. It's really ridiculous. Like, I don't have a favorite person on this show. I have people that I may like more than I like the other people, but I mean, I feel like pretty much they're all on the same level as far as the way that I like them. But there's definitely some fake and phony attitudes, some people with some deep insecurities and just some deep issues, and I don't know. I just wasn't feeling Dr. Simone at all from the beginning of the episode when her and Heavenly were in the car to the end of the episode when she walked away from the ladies because they were telling her the truth. Okay? Anyways, that is the end of the episode. Next week, you're going to see Toya and Dr. Eugene going to people's houses and trying to shoot them up with this infusion. And you'll also see, I think, Dr. Heavenly and Quad have a few words and, I don't know, some other stuff. But we'll talk about it when it happens next week, y'all. Anyways, like I say all the time, please like this blog. Please share my blog. Please comment down below. And make sure, if you're not already subscribed, to subscribe. Get all your friends to subscribe, please. Okay? I enjoy this. And I hope you all do too. And until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Bye-bye.